Erev Tov Rabotai, we are continuing with our Mishna Yomi, Masechet Yoma. We are up to Perek Aleph Mishnah Bet. Today's Mishnayot should be Leilu Nishmat, Neria ben Svetlana Aranbaev and Eliyahu ben Burcha Israelov, Menuchatam Began Eden, Amen. During the week before Yom Kippur, the Kohen Gadol would perform some of the temple service in order to familiarize himself with it. Our Mishnah elaborates on this law. The Mishnah begins, Kol Shivat Hayamim, for the entire 7-day period during which the Kohen Gadol was separated from his home. Hu Zoreket Adam, he would throw the blood of the daily Tamid offerings on the altar. Now the Tamid consisted of a lamb that was brought as an Olah offering, one every morning and one every afternoon. Umaktir et HaKetoret, he would burn the daily Ketoret offering, the incense, umetivat hanerot, and refresh the lamps of the menorah each morning by cleaning out the ash of the burnt out wicks, umakriv et harosh vet haregel, and offer the head and the right hind leg of the Tamid offerings on the altar. Now the Tamid offering was cut into parts, which the Kohanim would carry up the ramp and toss into the fire on the altar in a certain order, beginning with the head and the right leg. During the week before Yom Kippur, the Kohen Gadol would toss the Tamid's head and right leg into the fire. Actually, he would offer the other parts of the animal as well. The Mishnah speaks of the head and leg only because these were the first limbs to be placed on the fire. The Mishnah lists now the temple service privileges that the Kohen Gadol enjoyed all year round. Ushar kol hayamim, on all the other days of the year, im ratzah la'akriv makriv, if the Kohen Gadol wished to offer a particular offering, he offered it, and the Mishmar of Kohanim that would ordinarily make the offering must allow this. Now, all the Kohanim were divided into 24 Mishmarot, watches, each of which had temple duty for 1 week on a rotating basis. But again, if the Kohen Gadol decided to offer a particular offering, the Kohanim that were on that watch would have to allow it. Shekohen Gadol makriv chelek barosh, for the Kohen Gadol offers any share of the offerings that he wishes. For the Kohen Gadol, he offers any share of the offerings that he wishes, and he's taking precedence over all other Kohanim. V'notel chelek barosh, and he takes any share that he wants from the parts of the offerings that were distributed to the Kohanim, taking precedence over all of them. Meaning, while each Kohen of the Mishmar on duty received an equal share of the parts that were given out to them, the Kohen Gadol could take any parts he wanted. The Kohen Gadol had no special privileges, however, with regard to gifts to the Kohanim that are not offerings, such as terumah. And that is in Rabotai Mishnah Bet. Mishnah Gimel now further discusses how the Kohen Gadol was prepared for the Yom Kippur service. Masrulo zkenim miziknei bedin. They assigned the Kohen Gadol 2 elders from among the elders of the Sanhedrin to teach him the laws of the Yom Kippur service during the week before Yom Kippur. V'korin lefanat b'seder hayom. On each day of that week, they would read to him from the Torah passage in Sefer Vayikra chapter 16 that describes the order of the temple service of the day of Yom Kippur and elaborate on its laws. V'omrim lo, and they would say to him, Ishi Kohen Gadol, my master Kohen Gadol, Kira ata beficha, you should read this passage with your own mouth. Shema shachachta, in case you have forgotten its laws, or shema lo lamata, or in case you have not learned them, because we know during the Second Temple era, when Kohanim Gedolim were appointed by the kings who sold the office to the highest bidder, there were many unlearned Kohanim Gedolim who did not know the law. The elders initially read the passage to the Kohen Gadol in case he was an unlearned person. Erev Yom Kippurim Shachrit, on the day before Yom Kippur in the morning, Ma'amidim oto b'shar Mizrach, they would have him stand at the eastern gate of the temple courtyard, U'ma'avrin lefanat parim ve'elim uchvasim, and they would pass bulls, rams, and sheep before him, so that he should focus on each animal and think of its laws and thereby be proficient in the law in the Yom Kippur service. Now, although the Yom Kippur service also included he-goats, they were not passed before the Kohen Gadol because they are brought to atone for the nation, and thinking of its sins might dishearten him. Although a bull was brought to atone for the Kohanim, passing it before the Kohen Gadol would not dishearten him because he was personally acquainted with the Kohanim and could encourage them to repent. And that is the Rabotai of today's Mishna Yomi. Baruch Adonai Le'olam. Amen v'amen.